Thank you for stopping by Crafting Live. We're going to be making paper boxes. Hopefully you guys have the materials and are excited to learn how to make these simple but very cute paper boxes. My name is Karina. I am the graphic designer at the Morton Grove Public Library. Nothing wrong with being early. I mean, it is 11, so I'll just start talking and then people will just come in as they choose. So yes, my name is Karina. I am the lead graphic designer at the Morton Grove Public Library. And I've been doing some weekly craft live events. This is the first time that we're doing this on Facebook. We have been doing it on Instagram the last, I think, 3 weeks. So if you haven't seen those, they are on our Instagram, like IGTV. So you can see what the other projects have been. We also have them on our YouTube page. So we've done paper flowers, we did magnetic bookmarks, we did, what else? Oh my goodness, we did these like funky hanging things. I haven't taken them down from last week. And I think that might be it for now. And then today we are going to do paper boxes, which are very simple and fun, practical, I think. I mean, who doesn't need boxes? So yeah, I'm excited to show you guys how to make these. If you have any questions during the demo, just comment and I will answer them. I am going to get started with just the materials list, and this is actually one of the easier materials list. It is origami, so you don't need any adhesives and anything like that. So all you really need is paper, and hopefully, if you are crafting with me, you have cut down the sizes that I recommended through the materials list. So we will be making two size boxes. The big one is using 12 by 12, so normal scrapbooking paper, and then cutting the second sheet down 1/4 of an inch smaller. Because you do want it to nest quite nicely, you do have to cut the bottom one a little bit smaller, just so that it kind of fits nicely. And then we are going to make the smaller one, which the size for that, I figured if you had normal copy paper, 8.5 by 11, you can just easily fold that into a square and cut it into a square. So the second sheet you're going to need is a sheet that is 8.5 by 8.5 for the lid, and then for the bottom, 1/4 of an inch shorter than the top, than the cover. So hopefully you have materials with you. I'm not sure if you guys were just stopping by and to see the demo, or if you guys were actually crafting with me. Either way, let me know. I'm gonna get right into it. So I'm going to start off, I mean, I guess you can start off with any of these because it is the same repetitive instructions. So I'm going to start off with the large box, which is and I'm going to start with the lid, which is the 12 by 12. So if you are crafting with me, I will go through every step, and because we are creating 2 boxes, we're going to go through this 4 times. So bear with me, a lot of repetitiveness, but pretty simple once you start getting into it. So this is going to be the lid of my big box. So you're going to take your 12 by 12 sheet of paper and you're going to have it patterned side down, so wrong side up. So white, I don't know what you guys are working with, but you want the wrong side up, okay? So you're going to take that and you're going to take the one edge facing you and you're going to fold up and you're going to crease like that. With origami, if you've ever done, oh awesome, Brittany, can't wait for you to try it out too. With origami, creases, when you make the creases, you kind of want to make it sharp, just because when you start doing paper folding, the creases that you make actually help with the bending of, or putting together of the object. So you'll see with this one that the creases that we're making now actually help when we're actually creating the lips of the sides of the boxes. So when you're doing it, you kind of want to make sure that you crease pretty well, pretty sharply, okay? So once you have it folded, You're going to unfold, and then you're going to flip. So now you have something like this, and the other side that you didn't fold, you're going to take and you're going to fold up, similar to the first time we did it. So you're just going to want to make four sections, okay? So once you've made that fold, you're going to crease, like I said. Keep your creases sharp, and then you're going to unfold. So you should have something that looks like this, so 4 squares, okay? Now we're going to take these corners and we're going to fold it into the center. So we're going to do that with every one of these corners. So take your first corner and you're going to fold it into the center. So where all the 4, where the lines all meet in the middle. Once again, because we folded, you're going to crease. You're going to make a sharp crease. You're going to turn. You're going to take this point and you're going to put that in the center, like that. So the thing I like about origami is that it is repetitive, and what you do to one side, or you're probably going to do to the other side, or all, in this case, all 4 sides. So it's repetitive. It's easy. So you're going to take your third side and you're going to crease, and then your last one, take that corner and crease. Okay. So hopefully you have something that looks like this right now, and your creases are nice and sharp. I overly crease my paper all the time. All right, so now you're gonna do, and it doesn't matter which side, so I'm gonna lay it flat like this, and with the straight edge towards me, not a pointed edge, so straight edge towards me. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna take this edge and you are going to fold it up, and I will show you. Fold it up to the center. So you're just going to take this edge, fold it up to where all the 4 points meet, and you're going to fold down, keeping the sides flushed, okay? Or as flushed as possible. So you see what I did? I took that one side, the flat side, and I just folded it up to where all the 4 points meet. Crease, and because this is getting thicker, because there's a lot more layers, it might get a little harder to crease. So if you have like a bone folder, if you can't do it with just your fingers, bone folder is good, but just try to get it as sharp as possible. Okay, like I said, with origami, what you do to one side, you're gonna have to do to the other. So I would flip that, and then with this edge, you are going to fold it to meet the other edge that you just folded. So like that. For those folks that are just coming in and viewing, this is our the first part of it. We will be doing it 3 more times after this. So hang in there. If you missed the beginning of this, we will do, because we're doing 2 boxes, we'll be doing this 4 times. So, all right, so now you have something that looks like this, hopefully. What you're going to do is you're going to undo it, just the 2 sides, so not the other 2. You're just going to unfold, so you have something that looks like this, and then you're going to lay it flat. So you want the straight edge, once again, towards you, a straight edge to the facing out, and then the 2 points to the left and right, okay? So now with this being your workspace, you're going to take the straight edge, and once again, you're going to fold up to where now there's only 2 points, but you're going to fold up that straight edge to where those 2 points are, like that. Okay, make a crease. You're going to flip it, and you're going to do the same thing. So straight edge, you're going to fold it up, and crease. All right, so now you have something that looks like this, and you're going to unfold. So this is going to be the beginnings of putting together the boxes. So if you can imagine, if you're holding it like this, these are already going to be 2 of the 4 sides of your box, of the lid of the big one. Okay, so the thing, remember how I mentioned in the beginning that when, the creases are really important, because what I want you guys to do is I want you to hold the 2 sides like this with your fingers kind of at the edge. And you see how when I start, because we folded it in the way we did, when I just lay my fingers here, you see how it already kind of naturally wants to fold in. And so it's kind of just a motion. Like you want to fold this in, and what we're going to do is we're going to create the third edge of the box. Okay, so you're going to fold in, and you see how it should, without too much coaxing, it should lift up. And you see how now you've got this kind of lip, and that's the stuff that you're going to tuck into and make that third edge. Okay, so hopefully that made sense to y'all. I'm going to do it again. Once again, I'm holding my box, and because we folded it in the way that we did, this kind of just automatically wants to bend in to create that. This is going to be our fourth edge. So you just want to kind of put that in, like fold it, and then you see this part is what you tuck into the box. Ta-da! Did you guys get that? Let me know if that was too fast or if you have any questions. So for the most part, you shouldn't have to, but sometimes when I've made boxes, I've had to tape this, which is fine. But yeah, for the most part, you could just leave it. So that is the lid of our first box. You're going to put that aside. What I didn't talk about in the beginning is the paper. So I just happen to have scrapbooking paper readily available here just because I use it for other projects. Oh, yeah, no, so scrapbooking paper does come in a variety of patterns. Thanks. Yeah, it's super cute. Like and it's super easy, and you can obviously adjust it to whatever size paper you have at home. Bigger paper leads to bigger boxes, obviously. If you have if you only have smaller paper, you can make cute little small paper boxes. So what I like to do for this one, and you can see with is that I picked, pattern paper for my lid, and then I'm just keeping kind of the bottom one white, but really it isn't even white because I only had scrapbooking paper, which was patterned on one side and then white on the other. So what I did was I just kind of flipped it. So this, for the bottom of the big one, for this one, I'm actually going to use the wrong side is the pattern paper because the side that I want to actually show is the white. So if you are using just regular solid paper, it doesn't really matter what side this is. But yeah, if you want to just, if you're using pattern paper, you do have to kind of be more aware of the wrong side and the right side. Okay, so I'm going to make the bottom of the big box. Once again, you're going to cut it 1/4 inch shorter than the 12 by 12, just because you do want it a little bit smaller, so that way it nestles nicely on the lid part. If you cut them both the same size, it has a tendency to kind of just not fit very well, or like you really have to squeeze it in, or the edges kind of bend in, which it sort of does a little bit here, but not as drastic. Okay, so I'm going to go through it once again with the wrong side, because remember how the white side is actually what I want to expose. So the wrong side of this, the sheet that I'm using is the patterned one. So wrong side up, you are going to take the flushed end and you're going to fold it up to meet the other end of the paper. So you have something that looks like this. With origami, as I'm going to repeat this a bunch of times, so bear with me, you do want to make your creases sharp, just because it does help when you start putting, bending the paper to create the shape. So in this case, the box. So once you've got that folded, you're going to unfold, you're going to turn. So it's like that. So the crease that we just made is running vertically. So what you're then going to do is you're going to take the flat side, and you're going to fold up and make a crease. So you should have four areas. What you're going to now do is you're going to take the points, each point one at a time, and you're going to fold it into the center of the page. So like that. crease. You're gonna flip, you're gonna take this, and you're gonna do the same thing. Like that, crease, flip. You're gonna do that for all 4 points. So there. Okay, so now you have something that looks like this. You're gonna lay it flat, and you're gonna take the straight edge closest to you, and you're going to fold that up to where the 4 points meet. The important thing about this is that you are keeping the sides as flushed as possible. Once you have that, you're gonna make a crease, and then you're gonna flip it, and you're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So you're gonna take this flat side, and you're going to fold it up and meet the piece of paper that the edge that you just folded down. Make your crease. So you should have something that looks like this. Then we're gonna undo it. So you're gonna undo, and you're gonna undo 2 of the 4 triangles that we created. So when you're working with this on your surface, you want the flat edges towards you on your side, with the pointed edges to your left and right. So it should sit like this on your, okay? So with it like this, you're going to take that flat edge and you're going to fold up to where now only 2 points are. So like that. Once you've got that, you're going to fold. You're going to fold and you're going to crease like that. Flip it. You're going to do the other side. So fold up to meet that edge you just created and crease. So you should have something that looks like this. And this is where, because we folded it the way we did, it's supposed to be easy for us to kind of create the other 2. So if you can imagine, this is the 2 sides. This is the beginnings of your box. This is the 2 sides, and we're going to just create the other 2. So holding the 2 sides like this with one on each side, one in each hand, you see how, because we folded it the way we did, these 2 edges kind of just want to fold into each other. So just go with it. So fold into it like that. And then you see this part is what you tuck into the inside of your box, like that. And then obviously, because you've folded, you want to crease. So same thing. So that's the third edge of the third side of our box. To get the last edge, you are going to fold in, hold your boxes on the 2 edges, fold in where it naturally wants to fold, and then fold up like that, and then tuck. Ta-da. So that is the bottom of the big box. Once again, if you find that it's not keeping the shape you want, you could tape it right here if you wanted. But for the most part, it should hold. Okay, so that is the bottom, and this was the lid we just created. This is the big box, so this was using the 12 by 12, the 12 by 12 paper. Let's see if it fits. Ta-da. You guys good? Are you following along? There you are. So that was our first box. It is the large one. I will be doing this 2 more times, so bear with me. So we'll create the smaller box now. We're going to start off with the lid part of the smaller box, which I have told you guys to cut to 8.5 by 8.5. And you'll see the measurements on the materials list of the actual, the box, the end result box. So you're going to take your square sheet of paper. And obviously when you start doing this at home later on, you can cut it to whatever size you want it to be, as long as it's square. And then you will just get a different size box, which is fine. All right, so what you're going to do is you're going to take your lid paper, you're going to put it wrong side up. So this is the white side because I want the pattern end to be the one that shows in my lid. So wrong side up on your surface, you're going to take the flat edge and you're going to fold it up to meet the other flat edge. You're going to make a crease in the middle, Make sure that the crease is sharp, so like that. You're gonna unfold, you're gonna turn, and then you're going to take the one flat edge again, and you're going to fold it up to meet the other edge and crease. So you should have 4 squares. You're gonna unfold, and then you will see the 4 squares. The next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna take each point one at a time, and you're going to fold it into where the center of the page. Okay, so first point, fold up, fold, and crease. Move on to the second point. I feel like as long as so the question, yeah, so are there recycled purpose materials you've used? I think if it's not if it doesn't have a lot of creases, the material, you could probably use it. Once you start, so like newspaper is fine, because for the most part, you get the newspaper, you know, it's creased only on like two spaces, maybe 2 areas. So you can still work with an area that isn't creased very, very much. It is when you are working with materials that have been like creased and folded, that it might be harder to manipulate, just because, you know, they're already made folds on the paper. Does that make sense? So yeah, just keep an eye on that. But any paper you could repurpose, really, as long as it doesn't have a ton of creases already there, just because it might not help with when you're folding your boxes at the end, if that makes sense. So let's see. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna continue this point to the center, fold and crease. Last point to the center and crease. Awesome. So you should have something that looks like this. You're going to lay it flat, and you're going to take the flat edge closest to you, and you are going to fold up to the middle. So where all the 4 points, are. Yes. And then you're going to flip. Do the same thing, flat edge, and you're going to fold it up to meet the edge you just folded. So like that. Yes, Joan, if you try it, let me know. If you actually create these things, please post it and tag us, because I'd like to see what you guys had created at home. So yeah, thank you. So then you have something that looks like this. You're going to unfold, but you're going to unfold 2 of the 4 triangles too. So you have something that looks like this. You're going to lay it flat with the flat edge towards you and the 2 pointed edge to your left and right. So similar to this. You're going to take that flat edge and you're going to fold it up to the middle. So where those 2 points are, fold up. Once you have that, you're going to crease. And then you're going to flip. Do the same thing, flat edge, up to meet the edge you just created. So something that looks like this. All right. So then you're going to unfold those folds. And then this is where you see how those are going to, that's going to be the 2 sides of our boxes. We're now going to create the other 2. So because of the way we folded, you see how it naturally kind of wants to fold in. So you're going to hold the 2 edges, the 2 sides of our boxes that we already have, with your pointer finger. You're going to kind of fold in, like how it naturally wants to fold. And then you're going to just fold up like this, and then this is the part that you tuck into the inside of your box. Okay, and then you're going to make the crease. You're going to hold it again where those bends naturally form. You're going to fold and you're going to tuck. So this is the lid of the smaller box, like that. Okay, so now we're going to do the bottom of this smaller box. If you have any questions, once again, just just kind of comment, and then I will try to answer those. This will be the last one that we do because it is the bottom of the smaller box, and we've already created the big box. So this will be the last demo, okay? So with the wrong side up, because I want the bottom box to be just white, so this is the right side for me. So the wrong side for this instance for me is the pattern side. So with the wrong side of your paper facing you, facing up, you're going to take the flat edge of your sheet, you're going to fold it up, and then you're going to crease. You're going to unfold, you're going to turn, and then do the same thing. So flat edge, fold up, crease, and then unfold. So you should have four squares. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to take each point and you're going to fold it into the center of your piece of paper. So like that. Turn this point to the center, like that. Next one to the center, and then last one, last point to the center, creasing as you go along. So you should have something that looks like this. All right, so you're gonna lay that flat on your surface. You're gonna take that flat edge that's facing you and you're going to fold it up to where all of the 4 points meet, to the center of the square. Like that. So that's where the 4 points were. That's where you're folding that edge. You're gonna make the crease. You're gonna flip it and you're gonna do the same thing to the other side, to the opposite side. You're gonna take that flat edge and you're going to fold it up to meet the edge you just created. So like that. Once you folded, you wanna make sure that your creases are sharp, so you just want to crease really nicely. You have something that looks like this, and now you're going to unfold, and you're going to unfold even 2 of the triangles, okay? So you should have something that looks like this that you're going to lay flat with the flat edge towards you. So like this. Flat edge, you're going to fold up similar to the way we did it, but here only to the middle where those 2 points are. So like that. And then you're going to flip it, do the same thing, flat edge, fold up, like that. So you should have something that looks like this. You're going to unfold that, and these are going to be the first 2 sides of your box, and this is the bottom of the smaller box that we're going to create today. So because of the way we folded it, you can see how this naturally wants to fold into to itself already. So we are going to hold the 2 sides of the boxes, and then you're going to fold in where it naturally kind of wants to fold already. Once you've got that, you're going to tuck this part into it, and you've just created your 3rd side of the box. All right, so we want to flip that over, and once again, while holding the 2 sides, you're going to fold in where it kind of naturally already wants to fold, like that. And you're going to tuck this side, this tab in, and that will create our 4th side of the box. So this is the bottom of the smaller box. So because we cut it smaller, it should nestle in there nicely. Let's see. All right, so that is the smaller box. We just created the big box earlier. So yeah, so really it's super fun. You can personalize it however you want. So obviously using the, whatever pattern paper that you have at home. It's just a fun way to kind of, use paper that you have, whether it's recycled or new, and personalizing paper boxes. Super simple. Thanks, Joanne. So yeah, so I hope you guys had fun. Once again, if you did create boxes or any of the projects that we've done for Crafting Live, please post photos of it, tag us either on Instagram or Facebook. We are doing these weekly, so stay tuned. You're welcome. Thank you for stopping by. Awesome. So we do have so this is the first week that we've done it on Facebook Live, and I believe we'll probably continue using Facebook Live. But if you have missed the previous crafts, you can find it on the library's YouTube page, or we do have it on our Instagram TV, IGTV on Instagram. So just check those out. Yeah, so thank you guys for coming to craft with me today, and I will see you guys next week. Stay safe, healthy. Bye.